Hello everyone and welcome to your beautiful, unique, special right now moment. I am Lady Elea and I am so happy to be back. To be back on camera. It's been quite some time since I have been recording a new video. I've been busy. I've been going through a lot of changes that I want to talk about. Purpose of this video. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be in life. It's so good to be open to life. It's so good to be present in my life. It's so good to live my life. It's so good to be open to my energy, and it's so good to be open to my consciousness. So it's been 6 months. It's been precisely 6 months since I am in Bali. 6 months ago, at the end of January, beginning of February, I made a big change in my life. After 4 years of discipline, 4 years of going through a lot of stuff, 4 years of constantly releasing, constantly looking at all the wounds that would come up and all the aspects and all that. After 4 years of living mostly a secluded life, like a hermit style of life where I wasn't interacting with many people. Back then it was just me and my ex-partner that I was interacting with. So I took a while. I took a while to really go and find that silence, to really get used to and make it part of my beingness, that stillness, that silence. And then one day I just woke up. I was traveling. I was in Thailand, and I was supposed to go to Vietnam. But then I just woke up one day, and I felt within my heart that it's time for me to go my own way. It's time for me to be alone. It's time for me to have my own adventures. I really felt it was a deep feeling inside my heart that I want to know my own energy. I want to know my own gifts. I want to discover. I want to go into the unknown. I want to travel alone, right? I've been so many years studying spirituality and applying. Oh man, so many years, because my journey with spirituality, it started maybe 15 years ago, when I did everything one can ever do, from magic to becoming a Reiki master, to teaching astrology, teaching numerology, Lord knows what, how many books, how many things I've been studying, the human design, the gene keys, the whatever, the yoga, the Buddhism, the religions, the everything. It's been so many years of remembering things, and then it all became a lot more serious one day when I literally chose within myself that I wanted to be more serious, and that is when I encountered the Crimson Circle organization that many of you might know me from there. And there was a long period, in about 2015, I think, I ran into the Crimson Circle, and I started my deep dive with my solely unique purpose of being free in this last lifetime on Earth. And it's been a beautiful unfolding of events. And then in 2020 was when I was supposed to continue my medical studies. I finished med school. I'm a dentist. also. And in 2020, the beginning of 2020, I was supposed to start my residency, so 3 more years of studying and getting my specialty. But it was a good coincidence with the COVID in 2020. So at that point, I took about 2 weeks to clear my head. I left, and then I never came back to the old. I left family, friends, a freshly acquired job, and basically everything behind. And that's when I felt, for me, it was time to actually start to apply everything. And I had my dark night of the soul, which were many, many months of dark nights where, you know, the usual losing your mind, crying and laughing at the same time, reality is cracking, you start to see through the matrix, you start to see how this is not the only reality. The brain has to come along, the brain goes crazy, well, the mind, because the brain is still here. The mind goes crazy, the body goes through changes and everything. And then after going through all that hardship, I realized there were not many people, like actual humans at the time that I knew of, that were talking about this. So I decided to start and share my journey, and I started creating conscious breathing sessions, which are like meditations. And I started assisting people that were going through the same thing. And since 2020, those were my years of silence, or my years of really knowing myself and who this self is. And of course, the falling apart of whoever I thought I was as an identity. As I said, losing my mind, because the brain, the mind doesn't really handle well when all of the structures are falling around you. And I felt this was an important part, because I would say this whole awakening thing, right, is like the first step is that you are so focused in the world, you are so invested in the world around you, in your identity, in your job, in your family, in your day-to-day life and everything, so much so that you simply overlook, you forget that there is something more to life, right? And then at one point you wake up, you realize, hey, there is something more to life other than just this life that I've been living. So step 2, you take a step back and you go within and you explore that and you find that and you go through whatever you have to go through. Some people just stay there. Some people just like to stay there and have their inner world, not interact with the world anymore. But for me, I felt for a long time, actually, I felt that I really want to go back there into the world. I want to go interact with people. I want to go out. I want to go to a restaurant. I want to be in life. I want to explore everything, because being spiritual and enlightened and everything that you want, for me, it's not just about sitting on top of a hill in a beautiful house in the mountains, which I've been doing, and just knowing yourself. That's a very nice part of it, right? That's a very nice step. But for me, I felt it's time to go back into the world, to go back in there and to be on my own, to discover on my own what life is. And that's when I had the magic of discovering how life is flowing through me when there is no more resistance. Because during those 4 years, every day I've been working, and I'm still working every day, because being conscious is a 24/7 job. You never get a break. Your life is not about your personal life. Your life is actually life, to live it in the most beautiful, pure, with ease and grace. Yes. So that's what I've been experiencing, you guys. The light. It took a while before I started to record this. So that's what I've been experiencing, this beautiful change of after working with myself for so many years, but most especially in the last 4 years, where I was actively applying everything that I learned and actively being the safe space for integration and actively molding, not molding, but like going from ego to we go, right? Going from this identity that has a fixed identity and that wants some stuff in life and that's just a singular linear story, right? Going from that to combining the trust with the ego and with my soul, with my wisdom, with the master, if you are used to this term. And then together, right, without any fear of the world, just going back into the world and discovering what it's like from this new standpoint. And it's been ecstatic. It's been amazing. It's been so beautiful to actually get back into the world. I was met with zero resistance because I had no resistance within myself anymore, because I've been working through it, right? So I had no resistance anymore to life. So then life was just flowing through me. I was having gifts every day, gifts of actual physical stuff, like people actually gifting me things, random people just spontaneously gifting me things, giving me things for free, but also the gift of seeing God in everything, seeing God in this condensed consciousness, which is energy, right? And that's another thing, talking about energy and consciousness, this is another thing that I've been learning and going through in the last 4 years in my deep hermit life. Knowing the difference between energy and consciousness, actually understanding what consciousness is, actually experiencing myself as consciousness, and understanding what energy is, and thus then you allow them to come together, right? Not separated anymore. There's not just a human who doesn't know who he or she is and is lost in an experience, but now I am still human, of course, 100% human and divine. And how does this work? How do you relate to other people? Are there other people? How do you let energy serve you? Who is the you that is being served by energy? Exciting, fascinating, amazing. So I want to talk more about this. I want to talk more. I've been taking notes. I've been checking what works, what doesn't work, how it is to interact with other people from this new standpoint of knowing who I am, going from manipulating energy and negotiating experience, which is so tiring to negotiate experience, going from that to surfing. Haven't been surfing much. I tried a few times, might go back at it, but surfing life, surfing the waves of life, right? Navigating. And when you have no resistance, you don't have any fixed opinions about how things should be and how your day should go or what you should do. I've been just experiencing a total freedom and flow where I would like make a decision in the morning when I wake up for the morning, for where I want to go, what I want to do, feeling into myself, like what would be the highest potential that I can experience to bring my highest joy in my life. So I was doing that. I was feeling into what is appropriate for me to do, what brings me the most joy, and I would choose that. And then when I felt it was over, then the next thing, what are we going to do later? And again, I would just feel into it. Do I want to go to another beach? Do I want to go home? Do I want to go to a restaurant? Do I want to do whatever it was? And it was such a sense of freedom to basically allow life to flow through me, and because of no resistance, I was able to flow and float and dive deep inside, and then get out for air, and then dive deep inside, and then stay deep inside, and then come back up to the surface, and then being at the surface and in the depth of it at the same time. I think it's enough for this first video, this first introduction video. My lighting is gone, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm flowing with it. I'm flowing with it, with the dogs that were barking and everything. So I will share more about this. I want to share more after this 6 months. I'm back. I want to be here. I'm going to be a lot on my Patreon page, Modern Day Merlin. Open to life, open to energy, open to consciousness, which is exactly what I am experiencing. I'm going to share about life. I'm going to do calls for those of you that want to jump on a call and talk to me. I have a lot of creative energy inside. I feel a lot wants to come out, and I'm going to let it come out. So this was just a quick hi, hello, good to be back, good to be here. And if there's anything that you would like me to talk about, or any questions or anything, just send me an email or go join my Patreon. It's also free. I share a lot of free stuff, and then for the things that the application things and whatever things I want to go deeper within, there's going to be paid tiers and all that. So it was lovely to be here, to talk, to show myself with a little bit of light. So thank you for being here, and I will see you soon. I wish you a wonderful day in your energy, in your life, in your consciousness. I am all that I am. Now I'm shining as Lady Alea in Bali, in the magic of Bali. All right, see you soon, guys.